Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to A History of Who. I am Davros, and I am a Whovian. And yes, we're nearing the end now. It's our penultimate episode of this series. So, yes. So, as we all know, after Flux, we got the 2022 specials, and we also knew that Chris Chibnall was stepping down as showrunner, and Jodie Whittaker was also leaving as the Doctor. And it was up in the air for the longest time who would be next, but it was then confirmed early that year of 2022, around February, March time, that sex education star Shuti Gatwa would be taking over as the next Doctor. But there were rumours speculating that David Tennant would return as the 14th Doctor, and, well, them rumours turned out to be true. So yeah, with Chris Chibnall leaving as showrunner, it was confirmed that former showrunner Russell T Davies would be returning to run the show once again, and kick his new era off with the 60th anniversary celebrations. So Ncuti Gatwa wasn't quite available yet for filming, as he had other commitments on other filming projects that he had going on. And they thought it's the 60th anniversary. Let's do something out of the box, for this. Instead of your usual multi-Doctor story, let's pay a visit from the old favourite. So, when we saw Jodie Whittaker regenerate on the cliffs into the next Doctor, David Tennant, it was insane. And then we had to wait an entire year and 1 month to see what would happen next. And then, of course, we got teasers, we got build up to all this, and on the 23rd of November 2023, on Thursday, Doctor Who turned 60, and we got a rerun of the docudrama film An Adventure in Space and Time, with a little scene altered, to update it and that. And then that weekend, on November 25th, 2023, David Tennant returned once again, but this time not playing the 10th Doctor, playing the 14th Doctor, where he crossed paths with former companion Donna Noble, who had to wipe her memory to save her because of the meta crisis. But of course, we find out that she shared some of that with her daughter, Rose Noble, and she got her memories back of the Doctor. So yeah, we see David Tennant return for 3 weeks of adventures for the 60th anniversary. So we got the Star Beast, which was adapted from a comic book storyline and changed slightly on that for it to be the 14th Doctor. Then in the second special, Wild Blue Yonder, we see the Doctor and Donna at the edge of the universe and creation itself, where the Doctor and Donna come across these things that take on their shape, and the Doctor uses superstition by pouring salt, and that allows myths and legends to leak through, including an old foe called the Toymaker to return. Of course, at the end of that special, we got a cameo from the late, great Bernard Cribbins, returning as Wilfred Mott for one last time. Of course, he was old and frail, but he gave it his all in that final scene, and yeah, we didn't see him much in the giggle, but it was implied enough to see that he was there, even though it was body doubles, because he'd passed away by then. But yeah, the third special, we saw the return of an old foe, the Toymaker, now played by Neil Patrick Harris of How I Met Your Mother and Doogie Howser. And yeah, I thought, give the Toymaker a bit of an update as well in his look and everything. Also, we see that this is a sequel to the mostly lost serial from 1966, The Celestial Toymaker. And, we get glimpses of when they first encountered and stuff. And even the Toymaker teased that he encountered the Master and saved his life and wanted to play a game that the Master lost and became a little gold tooth. So yeah, we had 3 specials, and then of course we knew at the end David Tennant's Doctor would meet his maker, as he would have his regeneration triggered, and we did. We saw the Doctor get zapped by the Toymaker, and there we thought he was going to regenerate, but something else happened. Something out of this world. It's been 60 years, Russell T Davies thought. We've seen regeneration again and again. Let's try something way insane. And that is when, even though, it leaked a couple months beforehand, it was still a nice surprise because I didn't look into any of the leaks. But yeah, when the Doctor started to regenerate, he didn't change exactly. He just said to his two companions who were with him, Donna and Mel, to pull. And they pulled. And he split into two. We see Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor come into the fold, and then we see him separate into two beings because the Doctor bi-generated, which is supposed to be a myth, but like I said, with the events of Wild Blue Yonder, they caused a whole ripple in the edge of in creation itself. So yeah, myths of Time Lord mythology kind of came true to fruition there with the bi-generation. So yeah, the Doctors and the Toymaker play a simple game of catch that the Toymaker loses, and the Tooth Master finds a way to escape. And then, of course, the 15th Doctor has a heart-to-heart with the 14th, telling him to slow down. And the reason why that old face came back was to remind him that, he can still, be... He can take it easy now. He can relax. So that's what happened. Using the domain of the Toymaker to bi-generate the TARDIS, the Doctor, the 14th Doctor, had his own TARDIS and retired with the Noble family. Also, the 15th Doctor took his TARDIS and set off to new adventures, where Ncuti Gatwa would begin his era as the 15th Doctor. As for the 14th Doctor, it was the happiest he'd ever been. And that was it for David Tennant's second tenure. Although it was short-lived, it was still nice to see him. And yeah, I thought, yeah, why the hell not, Let's see him back. But of course, around this time, it was also revealed before the 60th anniversary was to transmit, the BBC and Bad Wolf Studios and Russell T Davies did a deal with Disney. We all know the Disney Corporation and stuff. And the deal was that Disney would give the show more money to stream Doctor Who on Disney Plus. And, well, they did, outside of the UK. In the UK and Ireland, it remained on BBC iPlayer, and nothing different there. Except for we'd notice a bigger budget and bigger, better visuals. Which I think is a bit divisive, but, I think the show also works on the budget it was on before, but Disney chipped in. And the first three specials of the 60th anniversary were streamed on Disney Plus outside of the UK. And this deal is for 26 episodes, so they've only transmitted a handful, half of them on there, so there's more to come to this deal. But we'll get more into that in the next episode. But yeah, Russell T Davies thought with this being a new era and a new, Doctor Who streaming on Disney Plus, he thought to not have, because of rights issues and that with previous series, Russell thought he doesn't want it to people to have to re-watch the whole show again from when it came back in 2005. So he thought, label Series 14 as Season 1, where Ncuti Gatwa would take over as the Doctor with Miller Gibson. And yeah, it was the start of a new beginning.